Hello, fellow poker enthusiasts. I'm Joel Smith, your host for The Final Table, the show made by and for weekend warriors, home game heroes, and low stakes grinders chasing that next big score without quitting their day jobs. Whether you're crushing the 1-2 live games, battling micro stakes online, or just trying not to tilt after a bad beat in your buddy's home game, this is your spot. We keep it real, no pro level GTO solver talk, unless it's simplified for us mortals, just practical tips, funny stories, and inspiration from players like you who turned a small buy-in into something memorable. Let's get this started. Welcome, everyone, and please welcome our guest, Nikki Smith. She's a local grinder from the state of Minnesota, here to share stories of her personal poker journey. Thanks for joining us, and how are you doing, Nikki?
Hi, honey. I'm great.
Let's start out by having you tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from currently Henning, Minnesota.
And how about family? Do you have family?
Yes. 5 kids and 3 grandkids.
And what do you do for a living? Who are you outside of poker?
I work for Ottertail County Human Services. It'll be about 24 years now.
Oh, okay. Like I don't know that, right?
Uh-huh.
How did you first get introduced to playing cards?
It started with a ladies' poker night. My friend begged me to come with her, and I reluctantly did, and I loved it. I fell in love with the game. And from there, I just kept finding all these like little free poker places to play, and I just kept on playing.
Was there a specific moment that you realized you were hooked on playing Texas Hold'em?
I think it was from, like, maybe not the first time, because I went in kinda thinking, "Okay, I don't wanna be here," but I did it. But after I just kept playing it and playing it, I was like, "Oh, this is kinda fun." And then when you can win a little money on the side too, it's like, "Ooh, it's even more fun." So, yeah, it was fun.
Do you have a preferred game format? Is it just Texas Hold'em, or do you enjoy playing other games too?
I think it's just Texas Hold'em I love.
Walk us through your biggest poker tournament win so far.
My biggest one was actually, I don't think it was a tournament, so I don't know if that counts. But so, yeah, I can't do that one.
Oh,
My
go
biggest
ahead.
poker t Huh?
Tell us about that one.
My biggest poker story would be playing in a cash game. Well, you were still playing in, I think, an MSPT event, and I didn't know a lot about cash games, but we were betting like this. Me and this other guy, we were betting back and forth, and we just kept raising, doubling, raising, and it was crazy. I was like, "What is going on?" I think the whole table knew what was going on, but I had no idea. I was just like, "Oh, I had basically the nuts." I thought I had the nut straight flush, and the other guy had a smaller straight flush. And the whole table was so excited, and I was like, "What's going on? What happened?" And I was part of a bad beat jackpot, and I had the best hand, and the other guy got more money. I'm like, but I have the best hand. How come he gets more money? So I was so sad. Yet it was probably the best moment I ever had in my entire life playing poker. That was just so much fun. So I mean, I'll probably never had a bad beat jackpot ever again, but it was fun to be a part of one.
I remember you were on cloud nine all the way home after
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Mhm.
that was a fun moment.
How about in a tournament scenario? What's been your
In tournaments, it
biggest
was
cash?
probably playing a Dakota Poker Tours free roll. I ended up winning it, and it was for, I think, like, a $1,500, like, travel area to go to, like, play whatever I wanted to and stuff. So, yeah, I've been using that to just kinda play different WSOP events, so that was kinda fun.
Do you have a most memorable bad beat or tough loss?
Well, all of
Just
them.
just
To be
maybe
honest, all of them. I don't like to lose.
maybe not winning the bad beat jackpot, the bigger part of the money, right?
That might, yeah, that could be it.
Who have you learned the most from, like pros on TV, YouTube? How do you learn about
I
poker?
learned my poker from Joel Smith.
Every night on the way home, we talk about hands, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. How does poker fit into your everyday life? Talk about like home games and online and playing FPN.
Well, it's something that we do every night.
When do you play poker? I mean, are you playing online? Are you playing live games?
We play a lot of poker. I play Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays at a bar and online. And then on Fridays, I play online only because I don't think, a bar around here. And then sometimes we'll play a home game on Saturdays, or we'll go to like a Dakota poker tour or 701 tournament in the
So
Dakotas.
so you're dedicating a lot of time to poker each week. What's your
Yes.
motivation to play that much?
Oh, I love it. I could literally play 24/7. I don't need sleep. I could just play poker. Well, I could take a break to eat, but that's about it.
Do you have a favorite poker city or card room?
I actually The latest one was probably the Wynn. That was such a beautiful poker room. It used to be the Aria, but now I think it might be the Wynn. It was just such a nice poker room, and I had success the first time I ever played it, so that also helped too, but it was just a fun poker room. It's really nice, and yeah, I got a little hat for a memorial to
Mhm.
remember it.
And both excuse me, and both of those rooms are in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Have you played in most of the poker rooms in Las Vegas?
We used to have a lot of fun at Treasure Island in Vegas, but I think they don't have a poker room anymore.
No, I think you're
And
right.
another one that we really enjoy is Orleans. I like that one, and I like the Wynn. I don't think there's one that I don't like. I think we've had a lot of fun at all the ones that we play at. We like to have fun.
Mhm,
We make it fun. Man, we played at Golden Nugget. I think we used to play at Binions a long time ago.
mhm.
I'm trying to think. I think that might be it for downtown. And then we'd play it like at the Horseshoe and Paris for the World Series events. But that used to be at, what is that casino? The one we
The
don't play at
Rio.
anymore.
The Rio.
Yep.
Mhm,
So there we played. Oh man, there's just been so many of them. We've had a lot of fun playing poker.
mhm. I think the last trip we played at the MGM, and
Yes, that was one.
we play at South Point kind of regularly,
Yes, there are a
and
lot.
Planet Hollywood we've played at.
Yo.
Yeah, so I think we've hit the majority of them at one time or another. We played
Yes.
at Caesars a couple of
Yes, we
times
have.
on their
Yep.
nightly tournaments.
Yes, I like theirs too. Yep.
Yeah. And you've played some World Series of Poker events at the Horseshoe in Paris?
Yes, they have.
Tell us a little bit about which events you played there.
Ah, I know, like last year, I think we played the Gladiators. There's a group of us that went, and we had so much fun. There's only one of us out of, I think, 5 or 6 of us that went, and there's only one of us that made day 2, but we still had a blast.
And how many day ones did you try playing?
3, maybe 4?
How would you describe your experience playing the World Series of Poker?
It was fun just to play one, just to say, "Yep, I played in one." I mean, it'd be a lot more fun to say I cashed in one like other people I know, but, um, yeah.
What was your favorite part of that experience?
Nacho Daddies. Really good food.
That was your favorite part of the World Series of Poker
No.
experience?
It was actually getting to see, like, Daniel. That was kinda fun. It was
Daniel
just
who?
fun being able to get a picture with him.
Daniel who?
And
Daniel Negreanu?
yeah, that's fun.
Okay. I forgot you have a hard time saying his last name.
Yeah. So stop asking me.
What was it like playing in those, I mean, the rooms that we play in are enormous, right?
Yes. And I hope you love the sound of chips just rolling, because that's all it is, chip shuffling. I swear that's like my favorite sound. I love the sounds of chips. And that's all you hear. I love it. And just the people talking, and you hear the bad beats and, yep, I got this, or I love hearing those. It's fun to hear it. So yeah, it's always a good time. It's just still fun to have that experience of going there. And just maybe you never know. Why not one of us, right?
Mhm.
I mean, it could be like a life-changing amount of money. It could be a lot of fun. So
Right.
why not one of us, right? Someone
Did
has
you
to win it.
Yeah. Did you have any known poker, pros on your tables at all?
I wouldn't know any of them unless it was
Okay.
Daniel or Maria and like Phil or Phil. That's it.
Mhm. Did you talk to any of the other players at your table, or were you pretty quiet when you were playing?
I was pretty quiet. I like to listen to Christmas music.
I didn't know that. You were listening to Christmas music during the tournament.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did you feel intimidated playing in that event or
I did the very, very first time we ever played one, and that was maybe 2, 3 years ago. I
mm,
was. But now it's just kinda like I go in there thinking, "Okay, just a regular game," you
mhm,
know? Because it is. It's probably a lot of us regular people that, "Hey, let's try this," you know? "Let's see if we can make a dream come true."
sure.
But it's nice to have a bucket list item off.
What kind of player do you find to be the most challenging for you to play against?
For me, it's always the aggressive ones because I am not the aggressive player. I'm more of the calling station, usually with the best hand, but I do not I am not aggressive, but I'm trying to get better at that.
How do you play against those aggressive players? I mean, you see enough of them at the table, you've gotta have a game plan on how you're gonna play against them.
Um, I do. I mean, I know m most players, if they're really good, they watch their players and they find kind of the weakest link at the table, and it's usually me. But you know what? Sometimes I show them, "Pick on me, I dare you." And sometimes I'll just be like, "Yep, I'll limp in, and I know I've got you beat," but then I just keep calling them and calling them, and yep, I end up beating them, so that's kinda fun.
Mhm. Are you pretty competitive by nature?
Yes,
So
very.
what are some ways that shows out at the poker table?
I don't know how to describe the ways, but I'm very competitive. I like to win.
Maybe maybe
I
it's
mean, who doesn't?
maybe it's the way you play back at some of those more aggressive players
It
eventually. You
could
just
be, yeah.
have enough and decide, "Okay, I don't really care what my hand is. You're gonna have to deal with
I'm
me
going to
now."
fight back.
Yeah. What's one common mistake you see other amateurs players make that you try to avoid?
I think it's almost playing too many hands. I mean, because we play so much free poker, and it's free poker to play. They don't like to fold. And with the crowd that we play with, they love to play. I mean, most times they don't come there to fold ever. They like to come. They like to play. They like to just visit. I mean, it's our poker family.
Mhm. Do you have any superstitions?
Not really. I just like to have cute little charms and lucky charms around me.
What types of Lucky Charms do you like to have at the table?
I usually have like some kind of a medallion or something, like card protector. The latest one that I got was these little turtles that you gave out at our nationals. So I
Mhm.
have those, and we get all our rocks from Bob. And I don't know what else. Just a lot of little cute little card protector things I like.
Has there been a time where you've gotten tired of playing poker? Like you've considered just quitting it altogether?
Never.
Mhm.
Well, maybe a couple of times on the way home from a bad beat because they couldn't have folded their, seven deuce and cracked my aces or whatever. Then I might feel like it, but then I usually get over by the time I get home from wherever we leave.
Yeah, I can attest to the fact that by the
Yep,
time the next day rolls around, you're ready to go back and give it
I'm ready
another
to
try.
go.
Mhm. If you could give your beginner self one piece of advice, what would it be?
It's okay to be a little aggressive.
Yeah, that's a good one. How would you define success in poker for you? Is it
For
money?
me,
Is
it's
it
just try to find that big one someday. I want to win a big one.
so what define big? What's a big one in your eyes?
For me, it'd be anything over 5,000 for me.
Okay.
I'd be excited for that. I have
And
little goals.
does it matter which tournament series it's part of? I mean, does it need to be a World Series of Poker event? Could it be a regional
It could
one
be
like an
anything.
MSPT or okay.
Nope. Anything, just poker related. I guess it would have to be, I would like it to be a tournament, not cash, because I've already done that.
If poker didn't exist, is there another game or hobby you think you would have that would fill the same role in your life?
Well, it'd be our bass fishing. I love to
Mm.
fish, but where we live, we don't get to fish all year round, which is sad. I mean, we can, but I don't ice fish. It's too boring for me. But I do love to summer fish. So we would definitely do a lot more of that in the summer.
Describe your poker face. Do you think you're stone cold or do friends say you have obvious tells?
Yeah, I don't have a poker face at all. I get too excited when I hit it, and the whole table knows she got there.
Mhm.
They just know. I literally light up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. You're the one that when she gets a straight or thinks she has a straight, she's counting it out on her
I
fingers
count it on my
to
fingers.
see if she's got
Get
the
to my
5 cards
pinky.
in a row. Sometimes she uses that against me, though. I'll think she has a straight and she doesn't, but yes, she's
I
been
would never
known to
do
do
that.
that.
I would never do that.
What's your go-to celebration when you win a big pot? Do you do something?
Raking my chips, that's about it.
Mhm. I think it's more of a I think you probably giggle just a little bit, kinda like that when you win a big pot.
I get happy.
Let's talk about the recent success that you've had, um, at the FPN National Championship. Touch a little bit on how you got qualified and how many starting stacks you had when you got there.
Let's see here. Our latest nationals, we had 2 nationals out there for the first time this year, or no, last year now, and we had 2 of them. And for both of them, I was max stacked for both going out there, so that means I had 40,000 to start with, and then they had qualifiers for both of them out there that you could try to build your stack, and out there, if you qualified, you got a double stack, which meant you get 20 more to add to your stack, or there are some people who didn't even come with a stack. So for some of them, that was awesome for them. They got a double stack right away.
And for the first national championship was the Royal Court National Championship,
Yes, that was the first one.
and if my notes are correct, I believe you qualified through the mega qualifier,
Yes, I did.
which got you an additional 20,000 chips, so you
Yes.
started the national championship with 60,000,
Yes.
and there were 333 players in that one. How did you do in that one?
Not very well. I think there were still several tables left when I went out of that one. Not as much luck.
Okay. The second national championship was the Clash of Kings and Queens. And that one, I've got notes that you qualified through the second qualifier, which
Yes.
had 159 players.
And
And
that got me to 60,000. And there was actually, I think, 11 of us tied. After that mega qualifier, there was 11 of us tied for what they call the King's Guard, which whoever had the most chips for that whole the Clash of the Kings and Queens promotion would get $500. So yeah, there was 11 of us tied. So I think they had said, yeah, each of us would get about 45 bucks.
fortunately for you, there was another qualifier, which
Yes,
was
we had one more qualifier.
the tag
Oh,
team qualifier, and you and I
yes.
partnered up in that one.
Yes, we did.
My notes say that there were 142 teams in that
Yes.
tournament. And how did that go?
We won. We won it. Yes. After
And
years, we finally won ours. So I'm very excited. And after winning that, it got me the King's Guard, which is the chip leader, because I was the only one that had, well, one out of the 11 that had 60,000 going into it. But after the win or making the final table of the tag team championship, then that got me an extra 20. So that got me 80 starting for that Sunday main event.
80,000 chips, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you got some money for that, right?
Yes, I
$500.
did. 500 for that.
And do you have your belt along with you to show everybody what you won for the
Of
tag team win?
course.
There it
I'm
is. We
very
both
proud of my belt.
got WWE style matching tag team belts, which is really cool.
Yes, it is.
So the next tournament then was the Clash of Kings and Queens Championship, National Championship.
Yes.
How did that
Yep.
go?
Well, that was the one that I went in with the most stacks. And if I remember right, I think I went out when there were still 2 tables left. My ace jack ran into a king 4, and I ran out of my luck. So
Mhm.
I went out but I had a lot of fun, and I was really disappointed kind of and sad, but I went and found myself my favorite train slot, and I won a jackpot there. So I was kind of excited for another 1,400. So that made me feel a little better.
Yeah, definitely would. I could tell you were pretty excited about that win.
Yes, I was.
Everything seemed just a little bit better after that. So overall, you had a really successful almost a week, right, that we were there
Yeah.
playing?
Yeah.
You made it through 3 qualifiers, won, tag team championship,
Yep.
made a deep run in the 2nd national qualifier to the final
Yep.
2 tables, won a big amount on a slot machine.
Yes. So
Really
it was a fantastic trip and already
I
looking forward to next year.
I agree. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Now, generally, as a part of our time in Vegas, we end up going to some restaurants and eating some delicious food. Do you have some recommendations on places to eat in Vegas?
Um, w I think from our last trip, you took me to the Wynn Buffet for my birthday breakfast or lunch, and it
Mhm.
was fantastic. Oh my goodness, if we're that successful every time, I'd wanna go there and eat every day. It was so good. I think I had at least a dozen plates of crab. It was so good.
They have an enormous spread of food there, from seafood to pastas to, desserts, crepes, everything. They've
Everything.
got a
Just
wide variety.
delicious.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Do you have other favorites, in the on the Strip area that you like to go to?
I can't think of anything right now, but
I think you
one of
enjoyed
the other
Ocean
places
Prime.
I think you've taken me was Ocean Prime, and I will always remember that place because it had the most beautiful bathroom I've ever seen. I mean, me and all the other girls were taking selfies, it was so awesome.
That seems so weird to me that
It was so weird, but it was literally the most beautiful bathroom I've ever seen.
there you have it, folks. If you're looking for a great place to take a selfie in a bathroom, Ocean Prime on the Strip is a great place for that. How about on Fremont Street in that area? You have some favorites there? We spend quite a bit of time
You
down
know
there.
what? Fremont Street, I love it on Fremont Street. I mean, it's fun to watch the people and the light show above, but for food, I actually really enjoy the steak and lobster. They have a steak and lobster special at Tony Roma's, and it's like weird times that they have these specials. And I used to love the prime rib at special that they had at Magnolia's.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's really hard because we play a lot of poker. So we eat when we can, and it's usually at Denny's at 3 in the morning. So we eat when we can.
Yeah, our food schedule is really messed up while we're out there. FPN
Yes.
keeps the schedule of tournaments really full, so we just kinda
Yes.
try to fit in things when we get knocked out at the same time. We'll go
Yeah.
somewhere and eat.
At least the
We
Nugget has that place. I think it's Red. They have
Oh,
their
yeah.
California rolls and Asian food.
Yeah,
I
right
think
outside
it's
the
Red right outside. At least we have one place that's somewhat close.
Mhm. We've also eaten at the Chart House in the Golden Nugget,
Yeah,
which is a really great
wonderful food.
restaurant as well. And then one of our less fancy places that we sure enjoy going to more recently is, we walk down to Nacho Daddy's and enjoy having some
Oh,
different
yeah.
types of
Oh,
nachos there, which is really kind of
delicious
a fun place
nachos.
too.
Yes.
And if you're brave enough, they have a scorpion shot that is pretty stiff. So what are your goals upcoming, like, over the next if we were looking out 5 to 10 years, is there a goal for FPN that you've got in mind?
Someday I would love to win their nationals. I want a chance to play the main event. I mean,
Mhm.
as a poker player, I think that should be on everyone's bucket list is to play the World Series main event. And that is something I would love to do. But right now, I don't think I'm ready to play it yet. But I mean, with more and more practice, and maybe when I win a national someday, if I can get that lucky, then yeah, maybe it would be my time. And it would be a lot of fun to try it. So much fun.
Yeah, I think anyone that has the opportunity to play it should just take advantage of it. It's quite an experience and long days, but definitely a lot of fun, and you never know who you're gonna be sitting next to. I think that's pretty awesome that you could be sitting next to a multimillionaire
Yeah.
that won all of their money in poker. Or you could be sitting next to a rich businessman too that's got more
Yep.
money than than most people you'd ever meet. So, if you could play a heads up match against any pro for fun, no money on the line, who would it be and why?
Honestly, it might be Maria Ho. She
Hmm.
was my first, like, famous, poker player that, I ever got to meet. Was at our very first nationals back in, I think it was November 2014. She was like a little guest that the free poker people hired so we could all meet her. So that was just so exciting. We got to take a picture with her and got to meet her. And she just seemed so nice. So that had been kind of fun. I would love to play heads up with her and, you know, maybe learn something.
Yeah, that would be pretty epic. Do you have a poker hero that you haven't met yet that you'd love to meet besides her?
Well, other than Daniel, I guess not really. There's a lot of poker pros that I think are really cool.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it'd be fun to meet any of them. I don't know if I'd recognize them other than the two that I've listed. Like, I know Daniel and Maria. I don't know if I'd know some of the other ones, even though I can think about their names. Like, I always hear you talking about them. So I'm like, ooh, they sound cool. But I probably would not know if I sat right next to them. Unless you came over and told me, honey, you are sitting by this guy.
Mhm. I can think of a funny story regarding Daniel Negreanu and Nikki. We were at the World Series of Poker, and she had kinda scoped out where he comes out from his breaks. If you've ever watched any of his vlogs, he goes into kind of a resting room that he sets up every year for the World Series of Poker, and she kinda knew about where that room was at, but not exactly, and we were in the hall kind of waiting around, and all of a sudden he comes out heading back into the poker room for his tournament, and she went running right up to him, and he's, like, looking at her like, "Oh my gosh, who's this crazy person running at me?" And she didn't say really anything except for screaming just a little bit, and he's like, "Can I help you? Is there something I could do for you?" And she's like, oh my god, can I just get a picture?" And, oh, his eyes were just huge because he thought he was gonna get attacked by somebody that he didn't know, so but he was very gracious and let us take our picture with him, so,
Yes, very nice guy.
yeah. He always says if you can catch him after his break time or while he's playing, he's more apt to
Yes,
give you some time and
not
maybe
during
take a
his
photo.
break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when he's on his way to break, he really wants to get to break and just
yep,
decompress a little bit, so that is not the
yep.
time to try to hit him up for something like that, so but still very gracious person and been nice enough to let us have a couple of pictures with him, so so if you get to the World Series of Poker, that's kind of a neat aspect of it too, is just a chance to see some of these pro players that you might have seen on TV, and you might get to meet them in person. Can you think of anything else that you wanna touch on?
I'm good.
I think that about wraps it up.
Yep.
Thank you, Nikki, for taking the time to join us today at the final table and sharing your poker stories, along with some of the personal side of poker with the audience. Well, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please take a moment to share, like, and subscribe so we can continue to share interesting and fun stories with poker fans. Until next time, be kind to others and live just a little bit lucky. Thanks, Nikki.
Thanks.